A visit to Parambo number 1 in Siano DA Primary School paints a stark reality.
This is a fishing community, and to only rely on this facility for education is quite alarming. This room is being shared by Primary 1, Primary 2, Primary 3, and there's one other facility just right behind here, which is also a 3-room school building, which is also shared by Primary 4 and Primary 5 and Primary 6. And so right after Primary 6, the students here will have to go to the next community or the neighboring communities to access junior high school.
As the only government-owned school facility in the area, it hasn't received any form of renovation or facelift in 40 years. This, authorities say, is one of the reasons why children lack interest in education. The school's headmaster noted that all efforts to keep children engaged in formal education have proven futile, as children are drawn into local fishing industry instead. We have given conditions to the parents that before you take the child to the sea, make sure you bring the child back early to attend school. Even when they return late, they should urge the children to come to school. But all our efforts have proven futile. Sometimes we go about chasing the children to come to school, but then they see us and they run away. The assembly member for the area stated that a complete lack of diverse job opportunities for adults forces families to rely heavily on child labor. We plead with government to invest in creating jobs in this area. If there were other job opportunities, parents would not be forced to only stick to fishing, whereby they will still have to force their kids to fish with them. At Deklai Community DA Primary School, a visit on a Monday, which coincided with the local market day, revealed that less than half of the student population was present. School authorities confirm that this absenteeism has become a norm.
On market days, which is Monday, we get less than half the population of the school. Because most of them don't come to school on Mondays, sometimes looking at the number that report, you would have to repeat a lesson that was taught. And yes, the next day when they come. And it eats into instructional hours, which sometimes, if not through the teacher's own interventions, we may not be able to finish the curriculum.
Speaking to some inland fisher folks who did not deny the claims but argued that the inconsistent supply of government-subsidized premixed fuel paralyzes their regular fishing expeditions, driving up operational costs. They added that this situation forces them to rely on children as free labor in order to break even. Government promised to assist us with premix fuels to make our job easier, but it doesn't come consistently, and so if I realize that the job is too much for me to handle, the only option I have is to engage the children to help me. And so we'll plead with government to give us consistent supply of premix fuel, because the demand for the fuel is higher than the supply, and that is why we are facing all these challenges. While local authorities insist that they are actively fighting child labor, they admit that their interventions have yielded no significant results.
The first attempt that we made to try as much as possible to curb that situation is to make sure that those communities around, maybe by the riverside, are given this school feeding program. Yes, because apart from even fishing, when those who don't have this school feeding program, when it is break and they go back home to eat, they don't come back again. Not only on even market days, and we have also engaged the parents on countless occasions, trying to educate them, to let them know the essence of, at least maybe especially when a child misses Monday as a school day.
Child labor there last year, your sentence will be 7 years.
Last year, someone was sentenced to 7 years in prison, and so in our own ways, we are trying to put an end to it, but our efforts are not enough. The educational crisis in inland communities directly undermines Ghana's commitment to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, creating a domino effect across multiple global targets. This includes SDG 4, quality education, SDG 1, no poverty, and SDG 8, decent work and economic growth by 2030, all of which demand immediate measures to eradicate all forms of child labor. Without consistent efforts to enforce child protection laws, many children in Ghana's inland communities will continue to be pulled out of school to help their families in fishing activities. This ongoing use of children as cheap labor in fishing threatens their education and leaves their future uncertain. Belinda Tete, TV3 News, Yeji, Pro East District, Bono East Region.